What do you guys think? $40 for that? I need to get a muffler on this truck, and I need to fix the AC, and I need to fix a lot of other things. Morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We're just getting Ronnie filled up with some fuel. Ronnie is the name of that truck. I put a transfer tank for diesel fuel in the back of there, so I'm filling it up to get some fuel in the combine. We are down to our last few acres of soybeans. We only got about 15 acres left. We've just been hammering away. The weather's been really good for cutting beans, and we had some really good days. So we actually got over 120 acres of beans cut yesterday. It just went really well. We were able to start a little after 9 o'clock in the morning, and we were able to run till about 9 o'clock last night. But we broke down. So we had less than one pass left in the field, and all of a sudden we came to a screeching halt, and that was it. We couldn't go anymore. Thankfully it wasn't a major breakdown, but once we get in the field I'll show you what happened. We broke a bolt on the bean head. Should be a pretty easy fix, so I'll show you that when we get out there. I don't have one of those fancy nozzles that shuts off, but there's not enough fuel to fill this tank anyway, so it works out. Huh. That's weird. There we go. All right, so here's what happened. Just cutting away about halfway through the field on my last pass, thinking this is sweet, we're actually gonna get this field done. I spoke too soon, because all of a sudden, going along, and I just hear this awful squeaking noise in the cab, like loud, grinding, squeaking noise. So, I figured I probably ought to stop and figure out what's going on. So first thing I noticed was, I shut everything off and I tried to reverse everything out. I thought maybe I got a rock. Well, the auger wouldn't even turn, like it was just stuck. So then I come over here and I notice that this flighting is all chewed up, and it's been rubbing on that back, I don't even know what you call that rail back there that you can adjust for and kind of help stuff feed in, but that's all chewed up too. So I'm like, okay, did we drop a bearing? Did we lose a bearing? Whatever. So I'm looking at it, I can't figure out what's going on. Dad met me in the middle of the field. Of course, it's dark outside. And he noticed there's a bolt that goes from here to here. We ended up taking the pieces out, but that's what is used to adjust the height of your auger. Well, it snapped and the auger dropped to the pan, and there we sat. There's nothing we can do about it. We were just done. But anyways, it should be a pretty easy fix. We just got to put that new bolt in there and adjust our auger, and it shouldn't take very long. We just got to run to get the parts this morning. So we got our little tiny bit of beans left here, and then we got 15 acres left after this. So knock on wood, fingers crossed, all the above, we should get done today. Got the fuel topped off. Well, not really topped off. I put fuel in the combine. I got a couple things to address this morning. First thing, this feeder house chain is a little bit loose. If anybody knows any tips to keep that thing tight, please let me know, because I basically have to tighten this every day. This bolt here, it just slides side to side. That's how you tighten it. I don't know, it's not the best design. We fought this on our 9650 and this combine. I don't know if the new S series are the same way, but really have trouble keeping that tight. It's actually not too bad. You don't want it like real tight, but it's rubbing pretty hard on this plastic. So I'll tighten that up. Need to blow a little bit of the dust off and blow out my air filter while I'm waiting on Dad to get back. So let's get to it. That's done.
$40 worth.
$40 worth of parts shut us down. Shouldn't have cost $40. It's just a bolt and some nuts.
Yeah, but it's a special bolt.
What do you guys think? $40 for that? That doesn't seem like it's big enough for what it does.
Yeah, but it's just a pull.
Yeah. It's like 15/16.
Should be.
So that's a lock nut, and we ran out of depth on our socket, so open and wrench from here on out. Alright, we got that fixed. Now we're going to see if we can get Leah in the combine. Good girl, Leah. Leah loves to ride in the combines and tractors and stuff, but she's just too heavy. I can't get her in there, so I guess we found a way. Now I'm gonna have to figure out how to get her out. So we're gonna get started, see if I can weasel my way through here without hitting anything. Perfect. All right, let's finish this field. So yeah, this is all I had left. One pass from here to the end of the field. I guess it didn't really cost us too much time because it's only 10 o'clock and we're already starting. It seems like a lot of times with beans we can't start till noon or later, but the weather's just been working out really nice this year, so we've been able to get some pretty early starts and got a lot done in a short amount of time. And we're done with that. That was easy. All right, now we're gonna unhook. Where can I stick you? well take this load to town. We had this truck loaded from last night. We also have the grain cart full. So we had a lot of beans on wheels ready to go this morning. And we got some left in the combine. So we're probably gonna have 2 more loads after this. Oh, I got Leah out of the combine. It's actually easier than I thought it was gonna be. You ready, Leah? She's ready. That's weird. I'm exactly 80,000 pounds. All right, truck's dumped. I'm gonna run the bean head over to the next field. It's just a little bit down the road. You can't take a 35-foot wide head down the road on the combine. It's just a little bit too wide, so we trailer it. It's not that hard to drop the head. So this is our little 2-acre field at the township, and it's got a lot of grass in it. It came in late. These beans were clean and looking good, and then all of a sudden it just got a big flush of grass growing in it late in the season. So they might be a little tough to combine. Thankfully it's only 2 acres. We really would like to wait for the beans to get fitter, like later in the day, but we don't want to have to come all the way back for these 2 acres. All right, get climate set up. Let's see, township, south. Yes, there we go. All right, let's see how bad this grass is gonna fight us. Yeah, these combines, and I assume any combine, I've only ran green combines, they don't like green material. They make them grunt a little bit. And when we're using an auger header, not a draper, the grass is, you know, it's green, it's a little bit damp and sticky. It doesn't want to slide into, or it doesn't want to slide across the head and come to the machine, so you end up getting it in big wads, and then it doesn't work very well. So hopefully we can knock this out, because I really don't want to come all the way back for 2 acres. Another one bites the dust. Got this field done easily. Had to leave a little bit of that grass down there in the corner. There just wasn't enough beans in there that were worth fighting for. And I didn't really want to slug this thing, so we left a little bit. I need to get a muffler on this truck. And I need to fix the AC. And I need to fix a lot of other things. We got moved over here to this last farm, the last 13 acres of beans. I was a little bit concerned how this was going to go. All the beans that we already cut were no-till beans, and normally the no-till ground stays firmer and you don't have to fight the sickle pushing as bad. These beans were planted in work ground. This field was corn last year. It was chiseled because Dad was planning on putting it to corn, but then the spring he decided to put it to beans. So we planted the beans into the cultivated ground, and it was really soft when I planted it. I remember having a hard time with that air seeder. It just wanted to bury it. But I'm gonna hop out here and show you guys something on the sickle. I don't think I've ever really explained how it kind of works. All right, so this header is a John Deere 635F. It has a Hydroflex sickle. Now, I'm not exactly sure how every single thing works on it, but it uses hydraulic pressure to make the sickle more rigid or less rigid. So there's a dial in the cab. You can turn your pressure up or down. if you want it to be more rigid, you turn it up. If you want it to be less rigid or more flexible, you turn it down. So if beans are going good and you're not having trouble with it pushing, you can turn it down and it will get the sickle closer to the ground and it will kind of shape itself to the ground and do a better job cutting. But if you're fighting it, or if it gets dark and you want to get another hour or so, crank it up and it'll stay pretty rigid. You don't have to fight it pushing. So the soybeans, I guess for those of you who don't know, the pods are way down here at the bottom. So you got to get that sickle way down here on the ground, basically just riding on the ground all day long, and it needs to flex to be able to get underneath those pods. So the sickle will move up and down. Obviously, I'm not strong enough to make it actually move to where you can see, but when you set it on the ground, it'll kind of float and do its own thing. As you can see, we do not run a draper header. We're still running the old auger head. I'm not exactly sure how old this header is. It's like a 2010 or 11 or so. We really don't have that many acres of beans. A normal year, we only have 300 to 400 acres of beans, and drapers are pretty expensive. We just feel that it's not really justifiable to spend a whole bunch of money on a draper header. It would be really nice. I don't know. We have talked about it, maybe changing something up next year and getting a draper. The price of them has come down a little bit. They're a little more affordable now, so we'll see. For now, I mean, this auger header, sometimes we fight it, sometimes it goes really well. This year it's been working great, but we've had basically perfect conditions for cutting beans. So coming off a year like this, you're like, why do I want to spend all that money on a draper when I got this $10,000 header that works really well? But who knows what next year will be like. Done with that field. Now we're going to buzz up the road and get the last 2-acre field. I might be a little over width, but Dad's blocking traffic, so we should be okay. Don't hit the hay bales. Just go over that one. All right. See if we can weasel our way through this old pasture. At least I'm off the road. Done with our beans, our main beans, our normal soybeans. We're gonna pack it up, move some stuff home. I'm not sure what we're gonna do the rest of the day. It's only 2:30, so I don't know. We'll see. We decided to bring the combine back and put it in the shed. There's a pretty good chance of rain tonight and tomorrow. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen yet, so we don't want it to get rained on. It hasn't got rained on yet this season, so we put everything away. We had a few odds and ends to tie up here. We had to take an auger down and a couple things, and we didn't really want to start on corn today, so it's already late enough. We're gonna call it a day, and I haven't been home before bedtime for Garrett at all this week, so I'm gonna cut out, go home, hang out with him for a while, and guess that's it for this video. Glad to be done with beans. Beans are kind of, sometimes they can be a pain. They really weren't this year. We had a pretty good run, knocked the beans out in about 5 days, so glad to be done. See you on the next one.